Okay, so don't let them hijack your biology. What do I even mean with this? I'm going to touch on topics of how social media controls you, and I'm also going to share some basic things of how you can get out of this compulsion of doom scrolling or any compulsive habit that you're in. You know what I'm going to talk about. It's about social media hijacking your reward systems in your brain, right? Your brain receives dopamine. It thinks that whatever you're doing is good because that's how it's wired to do things, right? So your body gets controlled by your brain just because it wants to sense dopamine. So this is what is happening with the compulsive side of social media. See, the fact that you clicked on this video, that means you realize that you have some compulsion towards social media. And to fix it, I have a drill. I want you to delete Instagram or whatever social media platform you feel addicted to. Just delete it. And I know it sounds weird, it sounds like, okay, I know this, but okay, I want you to do one more thing. When you delete it for a day, I want you to notice how your hands want to click at the place where the app was. I want you to notice how many times you search Instagram on your search bar without even knowing the objective of opening Instagram. I want you to notice these patterns, and when you start noticing that you are automatically just wanting to open Instagram, it's not even there, right? You deleted it, but still your hands move on your phone like it's there. Why is that happening? You'll have this question, why does this even happen? Well, it is conditioning. Your brain and your body have been conditioned to feel good this way. So your brain automatically triggers your muscles in your hands to open those apps and then start scrolling. That is how it happens. And if you don't see through it early enough, you get into this compulsive habit. But whenever you see it now, especially if you're watching this video, you probably see through it now and you want to fix it. So that's where we start deconditioning the habit. And deconditioning, my friend, it's going to be hard because it's sort of like coming out of a cage. And there is no cage essentially, but metaphorically speaking, you have to come out of this cage which you thought was the reality, but it was just a bubble. And bursting it is a bit painful because you have to confront those parts of yourself that you believed were true, but they were just something you told yourself to be true. And it's fine. All of us go through those things, and it's going to be a good journey. Okay. So, depending on how long you've been using Instagram or whatever social media app you feel addicted to, it's going to take some time. It's going to take that much amount of time and effort, proportional to how much time you have been, watching it. So to decondition it, well, you start by tracking your activity on how much time you spend on Instagram and reducing it proportionally, monthly, weekly, slowly, gradually. Because if you go too fast, you'll crash back to the same pace soon enough. So you have to slowly lower the doses of how long you use Instagram, and you must substitute that false dopamine that is released by Instagram to a new source of dopamine. And that could be anything, but it should be something really basic, something like eating good food, exercising, running. And I know it sounds very basic, but this is how it is. This is how you're going to fix it. But if you think that this will take a lot of time, I don't want to do this. Before you click away from this video, I want you to realize that now you have this awareness. The awareness that you have a bad habit of doom scrolling or whatever you do on social media. You have this bad habit, and you also see through the game or the trap that there is. And after that, if you say you're not willing to do the work, well, by the way, that thought comes from your brain realizing how much effort and time it's going to take. So it's not you, it's just your brain warning you that it's going to take a lot of time. And you have to confront that feeling by saying it's going to take a lot of time, but it would be worth it. It would take a lot of effort, but it would be worth it. That's how you challenge that thought. If you don't want to do it seriously even after knowing this, well, there are two things. There's going to be the pain of knowing that you could but you did not, and then there's the pain of doing it. But after the pain of doing it, there is a payoff. There's a very good payoff that you're deconditioned. You feel life in a better way. You connect to other people in a better way. And you feel good about yourself. Other things start fixing themselves, and it's a better payoff if you start deconditioning from social media. I'm not saying deactivate your account. I'm just saying just don't compulsively use it. Catch yourself when you're scrolling mindlessly. Catch yourself when you're opening the app mindlessly. That's just what I'm saying. Just be aware of what you're doing. So now you know what is needed to be done. I've told you how to get started. Somewhere along the lines, you'll also notice yourself slipping. You'll have days when you'll actually be scrolling mindlessly again, and that is completely fine, because slipping is a part of deconditioning yourself. It's fine, it happens to the best of us. You're not bad to go back to what you were doing, but if you don't come back to what you decided to do, then something is lacking. But I want you to come back to what you plan to do when you slip, because if you don't come back to the plan, you'll never improve. So the only way to improve, my friends, it is to come back to the plan, to come back to what you decided you wanted to do. And whatever the plan is to decondition, I know, but whatever the steps that you take have to be on an experimental basis. You'll try some things, you'll try to substitute Instagram or whatever the social media app is with something that is real, right? So you'll have to juggle the balance between the two. You'll have to decide if you want to delete it, right? These are the decisions that you have to take. You have to assess how bad you are in the rabbit hole to come out of it, right? And the effort is yours, the discipline is yours. By the way, I use Pinterest instead of Instagram, because Pinterest, I feel it adds back to my energy. Instagram, I feel it takes a lot of my energy. So Pinterest has been working for me for a while, although I see through Pinterest sometimes as well, but on a general basis, Pinterest is a better app to use. That's just a personal opinion, but if you want to try it, you're free to try. So now you're aware what's going wrong. I just want you to work on yourself and start on that journey of reducing the compulsions and bringing out something that you're truly proud of. Go get started.